When it comes to cleaning and maintaining your laminate floor, there are some real important tips that you should realize when you're trying to keep it clean and maintain the floor. First, and maybe most important, is the only thing that you should be cleaning your laminate flooring with is warm water on a damp cloth. That is the extent of what is needed to keep your laminate floor clean. Now, there are many people that ask me the question, can I use a wet mop? Can I do a Swiffer wet jet? Can I use a steam mop? And all of those things. The answer is yes, with a couple of caveats. So, most important is you never want to completely soak the floor. It's unnecessary. You don't need to do it. It's not required to make the floor clean. And you don't need to use any harsh chemicals. You don't need to use any cleaning agents. You don't need to use any floor cleaner. The reality is when you use these different floor cleaners that you can buy at the local home center or grocery store, those cleaners in general will leave a residue on the floor. And while the floor may look really good right after you use that cleaner, the reality is that that residue will sit on the floor and it will attract dust and it will attract dirt and it will hold it. And over time, it will change the appearance of your floor. In many cases, sometimes as a manufacturer, we get calls to say, hey, my floor is fading, or hey, my floor is defective, when the reality is the consumer used some kind of cleaning product that left a residue on the floor and it completely changed the appearance of the floor, and they needed then to have someone come in and strip that residue and that cleaning agent off of the floor to get back to the laminate floor's natural properties. So, if you are going to use a Swiffer wet jet, for example, it's okay to use that. Just make sure that between the wet jet and the floor there is a buffer, like a rag, like this. You don't want to be injecting liquids directly onto the floor if you don't need to, and it's totally unnecessary. Same thing if you want to use a steam cleaner, a steam mop. That's okay. Just don't apply the steam directly to the floor. Apply it to a mop or a pad that goes between the floor and the steamer, and that's how you can use it to clean your floor. I get asked the question a lot, are there any cleaning agents that I should use or can use? Well, the only thing that we've ever recommended other than warm water on a damp cloth is a 50-to-1 water to white vinegar solution. Many people like to use white vinegar in the cleaning process. We just say dilute it at 50-to-1 for water to vinegar, and that's fine. And again, you can apply that to a damp cloth, and you can use that to clean your laminate floor. Outside of that, there's not too much else you should need to do. Now, if you have a mark, a scuff from a boot or a shoe or something like that, and it's not coming out with water, damp water and a cloth, you can use acetone to clean that mark off of the floor. The acetone will not harm the laminate flooring, and it will remove pretty much any mark or any scuff that's on the floor. These are important things to understand when you're talking about how to maintain the floor. Let's talk about structurally how to maintain it. When laminate flooring is installed, it's installed to be a floating floor. And it's installed and designed to live within certain parameters. These parameters are very normal for humans and animals to be living indoors. It is a window of temperature, ranges generally from 65 degrees up to 85 degrees, and relative humidity that generally ranges between 30 and 60%. As long as the interior environment stays within that range, the product is going to perform fantastic for a very, very long period of time. It is important that if you go outside of those parameters, understand the floor is probably going to expand or contract more than it is designed to, and that's why all manufacturers want you to keep your relative humidity and temperature within that range. The last thing would be that if you are going to clean the floor using, again, a mop or a damp cloth or something like that, there is no reason to pour all that liquid directly onto the floor. This is unnecessary, not required to keep the floor clean, and really actually creates more of a mess that is needed. So our recommendation is warm water on a damp cloth, maybe a 50-to-1 water to white vinegar. That's all you need to clean and maintain your laminate flooring.